Hey guys, how's it going? Zeke here, and in today's video we're going to do something a little different. I've got the 5D Mark II here. It's a full frame camera, and I've got the Samyang 35mm f1.4, which I absolutely love. This and the 50mm f1.4, they're fantastic lenses, and I'd highly recommend it for any camera you use. I use them on my Sony a7R II, use them on the 5D, use them on the EOS M, Blackmagic. They're just fantastic lenses to use. They've got a really natural look, and I highly dig them and recommend them to you guys. Now on the other hand, I've got the Canon EOS M with a Speedbooster, and so in today's video, you guys probably already know, we're going to compare the EOS M with the Speedbooster in comparison to the full frame 5D Mark II. Can you get a close to full frame look with this adapter in comparison to the native full frame camera? So for this test, I placed the 5D Mark II on the tripod with the Samyang 35mm f1.4. And I did the same with the EOS M on the exact same location, the same spot. And after I recorded with the 5D Mark II, I switched over to the EOS M with the Samyang 35mm f1.4. Now to get the composition spot on, what I did was I used the rule of thirds on each camera, and then I framed them to the exact same composition to get the exact same results. Now again, in this test, we're trying to see how close we can get with the EOS M and the Speedbooster to the full frame look of the 5D Mark II. Now the EOS M has a 1.6 times crop, so if we attach the Speedbooster, which has a focal reduction of 0.71 times, we get around 1.14 times crop, so not exactly 1 times of the full frame, but extremely close, and we want to see the difference between these two. So I did some stationary shots and I did some ISO tests as well as focus pulling, and these were the results. As you can see in this footage, the EOS M obviously looks a bit more cropped, a bit more closer to the subject, even though it's on the same tripod as the 5D Mark II. They've got the same shots, same framing, and you can see that the EOS M is a bit closer. It does have some sort of 3D pop, which I really like. But if you take a look at the corners, you can see the bokeh is a bit smudgy, a bit blurry, in comparison to the 5D Mark II, where the bokeh is nice and smooth and the shape is retained really nicely. Now for this room shot test, the EOS M with the Speedbooster and the 5D Mark II were placed on the exact same tripod again, and you could see that the EOS M was a bit more cropped, but I absolutely loved the look of the 35mm with the Speedbooster on the EOS M. It just looked really amazing. It had like a sort of a 3D pop to it, and I just really enjoyed how it looked in general. Now in this focus pulling test, I used two little figures that I had, way back when I was young. So I set them apart and tested focus pulling. Both look really nice. There's shallow depth of field on both cameras. The 5D Mark II obviously has more of a shallow depth of field, but I've got to say I'm really pleased with the Canon EOS M and the Speedbooster. For some reason with the Speedbooster, I could find that I would have a closer minimum focus distance to the subject, so I can get really closer and I could get more of a shallow depth of field as I'd get closer to the subject. With the 5D Mark II, I couldn't get as close with the exact same lens, so that's also something to keep in mind. Now with the Speedbooster, I noticed that you had some of a warm tint. Not sure why that is, but you can always adjust that in post, so it's absolutely no issue whatsoever. Alright guys, so that concludes the test. Hopefully you got something out of this. The EOS M with the Speedbooster gets really close with the 5D Mark II. Definitely not exactly the same, but you get better bokeh performance, better edge performance on the Canon 5D Mark II, and you're utilizing the whole glass of full frame lenses. Now with the EOS M and the Speedbooster, you do get the 3D pop, and in general I just think it creates a really nice look. You still get a great depth of field, better low light performance, and you're using more of the full frame glass than without the adapter, so you're getting better and sharper results with the Speedbooster. So in general, it's completely up to you guys. This can be a really cheap combo. If you guys want to see a comparison between the Viltrox Speedbooster and the Metabone Speedbooster, I made a video about it, and just to sum up in general, the Metabones is probably not worth it. If you're going to shoot wide open, then you're going to get cleaner results with the Metabones, but you get a bit of a swirl, which I really like with this adapter. It creates, you know, more of a unique look for your lenses. And in general, there's not much difference when you're stopping them down to, you know, f4, f5.6. They'll look, you know, exactly the same to me. So that's something to keep in mind. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll be sure to check them out. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.